All right, thank you guys for joining us for episode 60 of Black Coffee and Crime. So today we're going to do things a little differently. We're actually going to talk about some current stories. Since there's so much going on in the news, sometimes we can't really talk the way we want to talk about them because we're focused on the bigger stories. So today we're going to talk about some things in the news. One, a former drug lord was shot in the street. Two, a mother abandoned her children and left one of her children dead in an apartment for a year. And three, we're also going to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith's recent Red Table Talk. So that's going to be interesting. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. Anyone who is new here, the way we do things is we talk about true crime, current events, and other bullshit that we find on Al Gore's internet. Since this week we don't have one of our, research stories, we're not going to be able to tell you where to go in the recording to get to what you need. You're just going to have to listen to us the entire time. So that's that. The way it works is we are people who just like talking about crime. It's unscripted. We normally know what we're going to talk about. We just don't know
What we gonna say?
it. So, yeah. If you are offended or triggered by anything that we say, please discontinue watching. We'd rather you have a clear mental than you watch this show. Brandy W is, you'll hear her voice, but you won't see her face this week. But myself and Jackie are here, so you get to see our faces. If you've been here before, you know that Jackie will make some other faces. She can't help it. I don't think she really knows she's doing it. And I've stopped taking them out. So, yeah, you just have to kind of go with it.
Gotta go with it.
You gotta go with it. Okay. Just a disclaimer. We're not law enforcement professionals. We just kind of do this. If we misspeak, say anything incorrect or anything, please let us know in the comments. You can go to Facebook or Instagram, Black Coffee Crime, and let us know. But at all times, be respectful and polite because that's what we want to give to you. Because he ain't the winners yet. And as it always goes, obey your ushers and always respect your pastor. All right. All right. Those are the church announcements too. As follows, govern yourselves accordingly. All right.
Wait, have y'all noticed? I don't know if y'all get the alerts constantly. These pages are growing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get at least three new to each platform. At least three.
Right.
I'm not aware of YouTube, but Instagram and Facebook, three a day. And I'm like, oh
YouTube,
wow.
YouTube is
How
steadily
many a day?
growing. It's like
Anywhere
three,
between
four,
two to three, four a day. People are liking the page.
four likes on Facebook, what follows on Instagram. So we
Yeah.
the past month, a lot of new followers on Instagram. I don't know why, but we still appreciate it. And on YouTube, at least one or two new subscribers per week. Again, I think maybe that's from
Process.
Instagram and Facebook traffic. So again, we appreciate you being here. So thank you. This is episode 60. And I think we've been doing this for a year and a half. So June of 2020, we started doing this and steadily ever since with a few, weeks that we didn't do a show, but nothing too long. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start now. This might not be a widespread story to most people, but just over this weekend on Halloween, former drug lord Albert Alpo Martinez was gunned down in a drive-by in Harlem. And again, if you don't know who Alpo Martinez was, during the late 80s and 90s, he was one of the biggest drug kingpins in New York and in Washington, D.C. There's a movie called Paid in Full, which is about him, Rich Porter, and AZ. I forget AZ's last name. But they were all friends. They all went to school and grew up together. They all kind of started. AZ kind of put Alpo on, and of course, Alpo brought Rich Porter in as well. And the way the story goes is Alpo got a little bit bigger than You know, he was a madman. He was
Everybody
killing
else.
people, and he got bigger than everybody else. He had a conflict with his best friend, Rich Porter, and he killed him.
Yikes.
He had his best friend killed, and it was all about
I guess it
basically.
wasn't his best friend again at that anymore at
Yeah,
that
at
point.
point,
Not best friends, not besties.
I think he still considered him to be his best friend, but it was business, and I don't understand how one can supersede the other. But yeah,
A business doesn't call for you shooting nobody.
depends on what kind of business it is. Now, because now your friend is your competition. You know, there's no friendlies in this game. By that time, though, by the time Rich Porter is killed, AZ, who was the other part of the trio, he had gotten shot several times, like 9 times. He got set up by his sister's boyfriend's people or something like that. So he got shot. Yeah, he got shot like 9 times, and when he recovered, he's like, "I'm out." You know, like, "Hey, I can't do this." So he got out of the game, or out of the game. So it was just Alpo and Alpo and Rich Porter. Coincidentally, once Rich Porter was killed, his little 12-year-old brother, was also kidnapped. The kidnapper.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the kidnappers did like this proof of life thing and cut off a couple of the boy's fingers and sent him to his family. And then they still killed him. Well, because Rich Porter had been killed already, everyone assumed that it was Alberto Martinez that had killed his little brother. Come to find out, Alpo's like, "I didn't kill that kid." Come to find out, it was Rich Porter's uncle. It was their uncle who had kidnapped him and killed him. And because the little boy knew who, basically, this is my uncle, that's why he killed him, because he was holding him for ransom. In a ransom scheme, and he killed his uncle.
I remember that story.
Yeah. So anyway, Alpo Martinez ends up in Washington, D.C., right around the time where they're doing the 3 strikes law and all this stuff. Marion Barry gets caught in the hotel room, which takes the heat off of Alpo Martinez for a little while. But he ends up getting caught. He ended up Washington, D.C., and he says that he turned snitch. And
not uncommon.
Right. Especially when you can get the death penalty at this point for a drug. So the death penalties are fed charges. The death penalty is taken off the table. Alpo gets out. He's released in 2015. So from 2015 until October 31st, he's out in the streets or whatever, and then he gets shot.
Damn.
He's 55 years old. It was crazy when I heard about it, because I was like, he's like 50 or 60. Like, who gets shot at 50 or 60 in a drive-by? Like, who? But the scuttlebutt is he was actually trying to set up a meeting with one of the guys, alleged kingpin, that he might have snitched on. So he was trying to tell that guy he didn't snitch. So he was trying to set it up through a female acquaintance that knew both of them. Like, "Hey, I need you to set up a meeting with him because I need to tell him, like, this didn't happen. I didn't do this." But maybe that was a setup too, because
sound like it.
So,
but we talked about this one time. Would you snitch? Would you snitch?
No.
I know, because we talked about it.
No.
In this situation, you said would you just not snitch, period?
No, it's
because I told you already. I don't know about in this situation. Well, I would to get myself out of trouble, of course. But yeah, I'm telling everything, and I'm telling some stuff that don't got nothing.
But see, Brandy doesn't think she doesn't. I don't think that way. And one of the reasons I don't think that way is because once you're a rat, you're always a rat. You're never safe. So even if you do get yourself out of trouble, you are always a rat. And there's always a price on your head. So you could have some kid who wasn't even born when you went to prison that's gonna pop you because he killed the rat and he probably got a reward for it. You know what I'm saying? So no,
See, right now, I ain't never been to prison. I ain't got no plans to be in prison. So if I snitch, I'm a citizen snitching. Me as a criminal, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But me, Brandy, right now, today, November 1st, 2021, I'm telling everything.
and even then, I have to weigh the odds because who am I telling on? You know,
I'm telling on a criminal that's in my neighborhood.
Yeah, but sometimes that criminal is not just in your neighborhood.
What if that criminal is, your child?
And
Brandy, the reason I asked is because I asked Brandy I don't know what it was, and I was like, for your brother, she was like, for my brothers, I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
And she gonna go do time for her brothers?
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was doing time for her brothers.
Oh, I ain't doing no time for nobody.
The only thing, and I've talked about this before, and I've talked about this with one of my brothers, is the only thing that I would definitely snitch on is sexual assault.
So if they murder somebody, you ain't saying that. Well, I'll find out you killed somebody. I'm running to tell.
For what? They got nothing to do with you.
Somebody's family out there, they done lost somebody, and you know who did it.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying it's right or correct, but me knowing my family and my brothers and those people connected to me, it wouldn't be for no reason. It wouldn't be for no bullshit. It wouldn't be just because you stepped on my new Air Force One. There would be a very, and again, killing somebody is killing somebody. So you justify it how you want to. But I'm telling you, if I knew something like that, I'm not saying jack. The only thing I'm going to proactively go to the authorities on is sexual assault. But what I will do is give them the opportunity to go turn themselves in. Because to me, and I explained this before, if you murder somebody, that person's just dead, right? You rape somebody, they die every day.
The family's dead every day because you done killed their family member.
That's we'll talk about that later. But what I'm saying is, I'm not telling.
Oh well, I'm telling.
All right.
If somebody had some family members to pass on that way, and we want to know who took our family member away.
And I completely understand your stance on that, Brandy. I understand, and I've had something similar, but I guess my understanding or my perception of that is different. And I think that in some cases, if you live a certain life, you have certain risk factors, and you go into it knowing those risk factors. And if you get caught up, you got caught up. Your human side says, I want retribution. I want to know. I'm telling. But the other side of you that knows what that person was into, charge it to the game.
I ain't about the body. I don't know what folks is doing in the game because I ain't in the game. But you out there doing shit in front of my house, I'm telling everything.
I'm game adjacent, so I'm not saying shit.
I mean, I'm game adjacent too, but I'm still telling. Don't let it be an old reward.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling.
My God.
I'm just hard.
Not a reward.
Or a reward. Not just a reward, but a reward.
Hard. No cucumbers or bell peppers at the store. I need me a financial reward. It's going to get slim out there. I'm telling. I'm telling.
What about you, Jackie?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been in a situation. I mean, a part of me is going to naturally be like, well, I want to tell it.
Yeah, Jackie's face looks like a
Also at
timber.
the same time, a part of me is understanding you and saying, I don't know. There's too much pressure. I don't want to be in a situation.
And I guess it also depends on not only how you grew up, but who you grew up with and the type of environment that you're in. And
because this is one of my sisters. Me and my sisters are literally, as y'all know, we're intertwined. Yeah. So I don't know if I could do that. No. I don't know. I don't know if whatever the situation may be, hypothetically, they're saying some dude was her boyfriend was beating her and she killed him. Then I'm not saying, and I'm the one I'm not saying shit. Now I'm gonna fight for my innocence. But I'm not gonna say nothing.
First of all, we're trying to figure out where to put the body.
Literally, because all she gotta do is call me. I'm gonna go dig it up. We're gonna dig this space.
Well, if he was beating on my sister, I ain't telling that because you shouldn't have been beating on my sister.
I'm saying I guess it just depends on the circumstance. Yeah, because that's why I was saying that one, because I know for a fact in that case, I'm not saying nothing. I'm for the help her. Yeah, I seen it right on this Beyonce's internet.
If I had a sister and her boyfriend, significant other, girlfriend, whatever, was beating on her and she killed him, I didn't see anything.
Nothing.
I ain't doing no time for it though. I'm thinking shit.
Was never here. Like,
I ain't battling no illness in the prison.
I don't know. It wasn't her though.
Yeah, I don't know how he died.
No, I don't know what happened.
Static Asian though.
And with them, and if anybody hurt my kids, I mean, and they had to hurt them, I promise you, I was smiling the mugshot.
Girl, so, I'm wearing my Kate Spade shades in the mugshot.
I'm in the mugshot cheating
with my pocketbook. So,
that's where I went.
But yeah, and it just depends. As far as Alberto Martinez goes, like I've heard, people saying, it was about time, it was bound to happen. He's a rat. And like I said, that tag never goes away.
Nope.
I don't know if
it's stupid. It's just stupid.
But that's just street justice. That's just the way it goes. I don't know if you guys know who Whitey Bulger is. He ran the West, not the West East. That was in New York. He ran one of the gangs in Boston in the 70s.
Oh, Boston, one of them places.
Whitey Bulger was on the FBI's most wanted list for like 20, almost 30 years, right? He was supposed to be in prison. He had a rat tag on him that entire time.
He told everything.
He told everything, but I mean, he was an FBI informant and all of that. So it never went away. They finally catch him in LA, in Santa Monica, which I think one of the neighbors told on him, which I would have never done. It's Whitey Bulger. I'm not telling. No. He was murdered in prison at 80-something years old by a guy who was not even alive when he was committing his crimes.
No, but he told everything.
But he's still a rat, though. It doesn't matter whether you tell it or people think you told it, you're a rat. So that's why I'm not telling nothing, because even if I get off, the street's gonna say that she's a rat, and they're gonna come for me forever.
But I ain't in that lifestyle, so I ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't going to prison. I ain't trying to make no quick change. So yeah, that ain't my lifestyle. Like I said, I ain't trying to be battling no illness in the old departments of corrections.
See, what you do is you close your blinds, Gladys Kravitz, and take your ass back to bed, because you
know where I stay. My blinds ain't been open since before the pandemic.
Okay, so let's talk about. Oh, did we talk about Jada or did we talk about the mother?
We talk about the mother. We do Jada last.
Yeah. All right. So, what was this, last week that this story broke? The teenage boy from Houston calls the police and basically tells the sheriff's department He's tired of it. He can't take it no more.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what? The dead body in the bedroom. I can't do it no more. It's my brother. It's in the bed. It's in the room.
Taking care of these other children. I can't do it.
So, yeah. This mother abandoned her kids. She lived around the corner. But she left her 15-year-old, well, at the time, probably 13 or
How
14.
she lived 15 minutes away?
And what was it, an 8 or 9-year-old at the time? Left them in the apartment with their dead brother, who would have been 7 or 8 at the time of his death. Left them in the apartment with a decaying, decomposing body. Where she and her boyfriend would come every now and again and drop off food, but you still left your kids in that apartment.
She said, I go every 2 weeks and drop off food. Like 2 weeks is
this a good time?
Yeah. 2 weeks I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah. So she's in the Harris County Jail. She's been booked on charges in connection with, this is according to KHOU 11 out of Houston. She's been booked on connection with charges in connection with the death of her son, whose remains were found with his abandoned siblings in a Houston area apartment. Her name is Gloria Williams. Right now, she's being charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence. The older boy said that the boyfriend is the one who killed his brother. I'm astounded by women who allow a boyfriend or a husband to kill the children that came out of your body, and you stick by them. Like, you make that work. You make the relationship work after not even killing the child, but harming the child. You still make that relationship work. Like, it's
doesn't make sense. Stupid. It's dumb.
This is the same thing that, what was the little girl's name? Kayla? Michaela, like 2 years ago, when he took her away, she supposedly was going to a funeral and she left the little girl who had recently gotten out of the hospital with brain injuries. Left her with the boyfriend who caused the brain injuries. And she goes to the funeral, but and he says that some Mexicans pulled him over and hijacked the car to fill the room.
And forgot that he's on camera, toting her out in a basket.
In a laundry basket. They took the little girl, but they left the little boy and him. Like, they're unharmed.
That's the Mexicans. What Mexicans?
Right. What Mexicans?
Why did they target you?
The Mexicans.
Yeah. So come to find out, he did it. And the mom has no explanation. Of course, she's like, somebody find my child. No.
Feel sorry for me. Bitch, I don't feel sorry for you because you already knew this is what he was doing. Yet you still left her there.
And I think in that case, that baby was probably dead when she left.
Probably so.
I think she was dead when she left.
And it was trying to pretend that she thought she was sleeping. And that's not even the only case. I mean, so many. I had a friend, and this was the first case I had ever heard of people, their significant others doing that. Mm-hmm. And her cousin, which a very close cousin's boyfriend, killed the son, and they knew, and they're trying to hide it. Like, okay, let's pretend he was sleeping, and then just go their way. And how long you gonna think that's gonna work? Like, I don't know what y'all. I just don't understand the thought process. Why are you so angry that you need to hurt somebody who cannot even defend themselves? Like, I just don't understand.
And as I'm not going to understand, obviously. How do you as a mom that up to protect someone else?
Bitch, I would kill.
Her side to hear too.
I don't understand. As a mother, where's your motherly girl? Would kill girl.
Girl, they give
She
kids
tried-
feedback.
Well,
You
the
gotta
kid
die.
said that he was in there beating him, and then he just fell to the ground, and he wasn't moving no more. And the mom came up there, and she was upset, and
Hey,
kind of arguing with him about killing the kid. But then she still just left him, and then fed him up every 2 weeks.
Wasn't the child autistic or on the spectrum?
Yeah, I think she has more than one that's on the spectrum. She got
And
6
also,
kids.
that means that she can still collect benefits for those kids.
She got 6 kids total, but some of them living with her family members. And the family members said they tried to get the boy that passed away. They tried to get him. She was like, no. But
Because the boyfriend was probably already abusing him and
and
was
then getting the
probably
benefit.
evidence, and she didn't want that to be known.
because they were saying
Also, Brandy, those benefits, like you said,
yeah,
people do
they
crazy
said
things.
they would have taken the kids, but she was estranged from them, and they didn't know her number changed all the time. They didn't even know where she was living, or where the kids were living. And then they said that she only calls when she does call, when she finally does catch up with them. She's just asking for money.
But some of the neighbors said they saw the kids and saw that they were alone and saw that they were
Yeah, there was a
malnutrition.
neighborhood person that was feeding them.
Yeah. So I'm like, why didn't you say something?
Some people have a fear of calling child protective services, and they don't think they do the child any good. So just like people like don't call.
But you already have a fear that something bad is happening to them. You already have that fear. It's there. You know
People
it.
have the same fear against DCFS as well.
I'm
And they
sorry. When
won't
it comes to kids, you shouldn't have that. When it comes to a child that we're just smart enough to know that. But as an adult, when you know it's a defensive child and you're feeding them and you see it, there's no excuse. Get your ass up and call the cops. That's when you should be snitching.
Conversation with my mom earlier this week, and she was like, about reporting, and she says, it's a hard decision to make because sometimes the kids go to a worse situation than they were in foster homes. So some people think about that as well. I mean, you can't say all foster homes are safe. You can't say that. Some people only do foster for the money, even though it ain't even for real money.
Oh, I know. But
This immediately reminded me of Michelle Blair in this instance that her neighbors also didn't see the other two children, and knew that those kids were absent, but they didn't say anything. It's kind of it's kind of like you want to help, but then I don't want to get involved. And like Brandy was saying, what if it isn't what I think it is? Or what if it's not that bad? What if they do go to a worse situation? At least if the neighbors are feeding the kids, at least they know that they're eating. You know what I'm saying? So I'm helping some kind of a way as much as I can. But it reminded me of Michelle Blair because she killed her kids and people knew that there were 2 missing kids, but they didn't say anything. So I don't understand. I don't understand those types of all encompassing obsessive relationships with someone that you feel like I have to do anything to keep this person. And I've seen the boyfriend.
Right. Some women just want a piece of it. They rather have a piece
he is not Jeremy Weeks. He's not prison based. So I don't care.
And the other kids have been beat too.
Like, how do you let somebody come in and discipline your kids like that? I'm sorry. I was a single parent my daughter's entire life. And if I had gotten into a serious relationship or gotten married or whatever, it's not to say that I would not allow my husband to discipline my child. But
when the kids are small, it's one thing for him. But if you get with that man once your kid's a teenager or so, no.
Man, what you need to do is talk to me Tell her what you're gonna tell her, and then you come tell me what you said. And then let me take care of that. If my kid is like 7, 8 years old, yeah, let Mr. Charles done told you to get your feet off the couch. Don't let him tell you again. But it ain't that Mr. Charles put his fist beside my head, because Mr. Charles gonna have to go. I mean, that's just the way that is. And that's one of the things as a single parent, or as a single parent, a parent who is no longer in a relationship with the father or the mother. That's something that you have to think about is, who is this person? Are they good with kids? How are their kids? What is their temper like? What is their prison record like? Were they on drugs? Are they on drugs? Are they mental? All of those things. Like, these people need I need to run a background check for real, because I don't know how this person acts with kids. I don't know if this person's ever been around kids. Did you grow up in a foster system, or there's something wrong with you? But I ain't never gonna be no sucker for love like that. No.
Mm-mm.
So that's still a developing story.
You know what? Never mind.
But
don't even look like he doing nothing. You don't even look like.
He is not Jeremy Weeks. He is not prison back.
There's no way he's slanging enough for you to just. It don't even look like he's slanging enough. Wasn't no print, nothing.
Well, her face looking a little tricky too.
They're both
unfortunate
looking people.
Unfortunate looking.
Both of them. Both
She's a little bit more unfortunate looking, a little tricky.
Two unfortunate people together.
Unfortunate. It don't matter how unfortunate. My mom always told me that women will never ever have a problem getting sex. It's just not gonna be a problem.
No.
Men will have a problem. So, as unfortunate looking as she is, he ain't slanging enough.
She would still have a handful of men chasing her.
I don't know, because there's some booger wolves out there.
And they still have men chasing
her. And they got men, Brandy.
Trust me, I know some. They have plenty. People roster.
A full-fledged, purebred booger wolf?
Yes. With papers.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'm talking about, I was like, Jesus. I mean, but, it was based on that mother could love. And she probably struggled. But they had a roster.
But you got a dude, though? And sometimes the dudes be fine. You be like,
a booger wolf without her shots.
Girl, yes. Not non-vaccinated, not tagged.
Yes.
Toenails ain't trimmed, no grooming, nothing.
Nothing.
You talking about women who look like inverted triangles walking around in this piece.
And it's not even the inverted triangle shape. It's the face go with it. I mean, it's just the whole thing.
Triangle, the face, the booty do, all of that. And they got
with a line. With a line up.
And they got men.
Pigeon-toed.
Better know
like this.
Knock-knee, pigeon-toed, and what's the other one?
There's another one?
Slip-footed. Slip-footed. Walk like this.
Yes, old Slewfoot. Drink the tea. Just drink it slowly.
You good? Oh. Oh. I couldn't get that down. I could not even get that down.
No,
girl, Uggs just be on the floor. Just you walking on the side, the outside of their ankle. Just they done sawed off the Ugg emblem on the ankle of they boobs. That's
things about that walkway. Like, God damn, don't let it be knock-kneed in. My mama called it slip-foot. Don't let it be a combination. But
That one leg look like a kickstand.
Shaped like the letter K.
Brought to you by the letter K.
She's like kickstand.
And listen, I used to work in South Dallas, and not sunny South Dallas, but I still worked in South Dallas.
Oh, Jesus.
And I worked at a cell phone store, so you get all kinds in a cell phone store. And boy, but they would come in there and they would have the dudes, and I'm like, this you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it's possible. Unvaccinated.
I can't tell somebody with your kickstand ass legs. I can't wait to see
That it do be looking like a kickstand though. And they always got them more pointed flats on too.
The ones from the beauty supply, the mesh ones with the mesh at the front, at the toe.
Or the keen toe flaps.
Mm-hmm. With the
got the little flowers on there. Got the little on there. I hate them shoes.
And don't let them get the ones with fur. Don't let them get the slides with the fur. Girl, that fur be so matted like it got a mange. I want to get some mane and tail.
They be thinking they fly though, This said, they be having a lot of dudes though. Y'all be in there inbox.
If you have that type of confidence that you can walk outside your door like that, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Period.
I'm gonna leave you alone.
Period. Because it don't happen for me. But
I ain't got it.
I ain't never got there.
I ain't got
Maybe you need to get you a kickstand. Get you a kickstand.
My legs are too tight. It ain't gonna work.
Get one.
This is my thighs. It's just friction like this.
Some ran over ballet flats.
It's not gonna run. I can't do that. I can't do it.
No, like I already got enough going against me.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But if they're getting men,
but
go ahead and add your kickstand.
I'm just, it's just time to be alone and reflect, do some self-reflection at that point.
That's
drag your knuckles on the ground. Drag your knuckles.
That's literally all I can do at this point. Just self-reflect. Life does this. I don't get no kind of line. So, and dating, and let me just say something. Dating is ghetto. So I'm sorry. For anybody I was in my whole life, I was like, girl, just date. No, this is ghetto. It's ratchet, and I hate it. That's all.
I'm just saying, if y'all saying they get men, maybe you need to change up your game.
Maybe so, but maybe I need to do better and give me some of the net shoes.
No,
Jackie,
fall out.
Okay, Jackie, I saw you fit yesterday for church, and if you're not catching with what you had on yesterday, they don't deserve it.
She had her hams out at the church house.
Let me tell you.
They were serving ham sandwiches in the fellowship hall after church.
When you wear outfits like that, even though everybody knew I went to church, this is why I get an inbox. I literally posted this on my Snapchat today. People who have families get in my inbox. It asked me, am I single? Why the fuck are you asking me if I'm single? You're not even single. Are you in my why are you even, those are the inboxes.
You asking for your brother? What's going on?
Because they saw them
my inbox is lined up with men who are already engaged, married, have a girlfriend. I mean, when I say it is flooded,
they seen them hams.
I'm like, Jackie, I got a boyfriend and I want to inbox you, so I don't know what you're talking about.
She got them hams bathed in that brown sauce.
People I ain't talked to since high school. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm like, no.
I told you. Hams in that browning sauce, and you had some.
You said hams in what?
In the browning sauce? Yeah.
What's browning sauce?
They was out.
And then she had them
them shoes.
Those, what's those dinner rolls? Those heat and serves.
Mm-hmm.
Heat and serves in her chest.
You're being modest. Yes. I did not look that good.
So if you're not catching with what you had on yesterday, don't do nothing else.
Well, that's a facade. That's not what it looked like in real life. So That's a picture. I can just suck up. That's not what it look like in real life. You gotta take what's real here.
I
What you call them,
told,
Brandy? Them heat and serve. That's what our
yeah,
real life got.
Yeah.
That picture don't look like it's a heat and serve. It's heat and serve on this back. Brandy, what you call them? Snacks?
some snacks,
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's a bag full of them.
snacks. I told when I first met my significant other, I said, "This how you gonna see me all the time." I met him with some leggings and a hoodie on and no makeup. This means 98% of the time. Okay, you don't expect nothing else. If you get something else, that's good, but don't.
That's it.
All these snacks that are out right here, this is what you get right here.
That's Judy.
Understand that this is
You
You don't
say
care
he was
about them
home.
snacks.
huh?
You
Your
don't care
man
about
can
them
afford to.
snacks.
Your man
That's
can afford
Judy.
to eat more than a few snacks, Brand. So you good.
Yes, it is.
He need to eat on a regular basis before he wither away.
He
He wasn't
will.
even looking at them snacks. He was looking at Judy. He don't think about them snacks.
Listen, you know what's bad though? You know what's bad being a big girl dating someone who's a medium? You can't steal this motherfucker's hoodies. Like, if we out at a football game, my ass just gonna be cold because I can't put my bitches
You
on.
can wrap it around your neck and tuck it.
That's all where it goes. He gonna
You can
tell
do
me.
that. You can do that preppy look, put it
Yeah,
right
like
here.
yeah, because so my shoulders are gonna be warm. Because one day I was saying like I can't even borrow a hoodie. He was like, yeah, you can fit this, girl. I put one of his hoodies on, and I almost had a panic attack because it was so tight.
Oh, thigh gap.
Oh, it was so tight, and I had a good bra on, so they were sitting up here.
It was smashed probably like this.
Oh,
That's
it was
when you
all
need to have
bad.
eaten off.
It was
I
all
know
bad.
they were smashed.
It was all bad, and it was everything was tight. And he was like, "See, it fits." Like I look,
He
no,
was
it
so
doesn't.
excited. Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't fit. This is tight, and I can't get it off.
that's so sweet. Just
Almost
want
had
to
a
help.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of it, but it's not working.
His long sleeve shirt looked like a short sleeve.
The girl, like I was shopping at Baby Gap, it was not working out. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I'm just
Oh,
saying, it's cuffing season, it's big boy season.
it's
So
big.
if you're not already with somebody, get your big boy. So you could, if you're a big girl, so you could borrow some hoodies because if you get with it's medium, you ain't gonna wear it. You're just gonna be cold at the football game. I'm telling you now.
Just gonna be cold. Sorry,
Bring your own because you're not gonna wear your shit.
sorry about that, sis. Because I still know.
Just tie him around your neck.
Just drape him across right here.
Yeah, just tired.
Carry him on my hip.
Oh, you know what? You could do that thing that high schools do. They just put their hands in the arm part and just pull it close to their body. It just protects the arms.
Girl, if I did that, then just this right here would be covered. Just this.
Yeah.
All my side will be cold.
He's just trying to be. That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Yeah, it was cute, but it didn't. All right, so on to other relationships, and this is where
Why we on
don't get good. Okay, so recently in the last couple of days, Jada Pinkett Smith is in the news again about her red table talk. So this is where her mom and her daughter basically talk to celebrities about normal regular life shit. So she had Gwyneth Paltrow on her show, and I just have to say, disclaimer, I cannot stand Gwyneth Paltrow. The reason why I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow is because I hate her mom, Blythe Danner, and the reason why I hate Blythe Danner, like it's like 60 degrees of separation. So I don't like Blythe Danner because in the movie The Prince of Tides, she left her husband. And then at the end of the movie, she called her husband because she wanted him back and he had to leave Lowenstein and he was heartbroken. And I have hated Blythe Danner since. And therefore, I have transferred that to Gwyneth Paltrow, and there you go. And Randy, you've seen The Prince of Tides and you've read the book, so you understand my hatred of Blythe Danner. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so she has she has Gwyneth Paltrow on the show, and Gwyneth Paltrow is an actress. She won an Oscar or whatever, and she also runs that company called Goop or something where they sell overpriced feminine products and stuff.
It's very overpriced.
I mean, if you want some feminine products or aids or something, feminine aids, we got some links for you. But anyway, they were talking about married life and their sex lives. And Jada, even after the August Alsina thing and the, what did she say? With August Alsina, she said that they were
an entanglement.
In an entanglement, basically. And so everybody came for Jada when she said entanglement and that she started with August Alsina because they're like, oh, she's a whore, blah, blah, blah. But they're forgetting the fact that her and Will were not even living together at the time Will was about to divorce her.
Yeah, but Will was like, I ain't know. You ain't tell me nothing.
Why
she should know, but I think he just felt more surprised because he wasn't aware of nothing. And then here go August running his big old mouth and telling everybody their private business. Was Jada like, why are you not telling my business? Because I don't want to talk to you.
Right. So now he shouldn't have done that. He stepped out of line. But as far as their relationship, like Will had a whole nother girlfriend. Yeah, August Alsina is
well endowed.
Very blessed.
She was Oh Lord,
yes.
so distracted.
So she, people came for her for that for months and months and months and months. So then she does this. She says on her show that this is what she said. This is from CNN. She said, the thing Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. We started this at a very young age, 22 years old. That's why the accountability part really hit for me because I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. And basically, people were like, don't come for our Uncle Will, like, she's doing it again. Basically they took it as they're saying that their sex life sucks, but that's not what she said, and that's not what she meant. What did y'all think? Do you think she overshares, or do you think that the things that she talks about are normal life relationship things, and because they're celebrities, people take it wrong?
I think.
Because I think that couples talk about sex.
I think she's entitled to
not black.
The sad part is right. The sad part is instead of the black community embracing the fact that she's willing to discuss something that people don't want to talk about, that they try to keep behind closed doors, they tried to throw some shade at her, try to throw under the bus, and all she said was, "Hey, you know what? After you've been with somebody for 20 plus years, sometimes it can get a little stagnant. You got to we got to be creative and think of some ways to keep ourselves going." But instead, people heard, "Oh my God, she said the sex was boring. Oh my God, how dare she?" But she wasn't. She was trying to bring awareness to that particular situation.
Right.
As typical black folks, we just go.
They were just having a conversation, like two women having a conversation.
Yes.
Filmed, but these are two married women of a similar age having a conversation about being married and what happens after you've been with someone for so long, because the newness at a certain point is going to wear off. And how do I keep this person interested? Okay, because here's the thing. No one wants to talk about this because you'd rather keep silent, but then cry when your husband or your wife cheats because they are no longer satisfied. You have the audacity to believe that your husband or your wife is not going to find anyone else attractive, find anyone else sexy, or anything like that. Your audacity is there. Like, for the rest of your life, this person is going to find you as sexy as they did when you were 19. No, you have to reinvent it because your body changed. You have more snacks than you did at 19. So what are we going to do with these snacks? Did you want them toasted? How'd you want them? Did you want them covered with sprinkles, or like what you want? What you need?
You need me trying to wig out? What you need me want? What you want me to do? Did you buy me something that
Maybe
you've been interested
like
in me wearing?
maybe what you want. Which one
No.
you want? With my
You know,
wig.
you have to fall in love consistently. Oh my God, it's so draining. But if you really want to put the
Wow,
work in,
Jackie. Wow,
if
she's
you want to put the
so
work
dirty.
in, if it's draining if you don't want to put the work in, and obviously she wants to put the work in, she's just letting it be known that if you don't put the work in, it's just gonna be tired and boring, and it's gonna cause a lot of problems. So yeah, you need to be trying to do something spicy.
So you guys have been married for a while. Like, does it become like a chore if it gets, like after a while, like, you know, no one wants that. No one, I can't.
Not a chore. It's just that sometimes life gets in the way. The kids, the this, the
It becomes
that.
predictable. Well, the actual act is predictable, but life is. I mean, that also plays a part in regards to
You
a
have to.
emotional
Yeah.
mental connection that y'all both are starting to see deteriorate because you got life going on. And life can take you away from your relationship. You got kids you got to take care of. You're not really thinking, got bills. I ain't got time. I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. So that it plays a big part, but it can get, but then when you do have those moments, it's just a routine. Hey, we got to now. It's been a minute. Got to.
You're kind of like, okay, I have to be like, completely like, honest, is it kind of like you needing the serotonin when you masturbate just to go to sleep?
You know what?
What is like that?
Like when you just like you just lay in the bed and like I can't sleep, and you go get whatever you need to get, you get your toy or you get your lotion or whatever, and people masturbate because they're like, I just needed to go to sleep. Like, I just needed the release, not because I
It's
needed the
not so much
sexual
that
release. I
you
just
have to
needed the
control.
chemicals so I could go to sleep.
It's not so much it's a chore to do it. It's just there's so much going on that it's almost like you don't have time to, and you need to make an appointment. Say, okay, on this day. It's just everything else is so in the way that you don't have time. It's not like you sitting there and like, I don't want that nigga hopping up on
No,
me.
no, no, not that, but it's still a chore at that point because now you don't have a sexual connection. Y'all already did, then you done separated.
Or
So now
to
we're setting an appointment,
that you're
but we
just
have
tired.
so much going on in our mind. Are we really going to be able to completely focus on each other? Considering what we got going on around life, we're not going to be able to. We still got to deal with life. So at that moment now, we're just trying to have some kind of moment. Some moment is better than no moment. So it's just hard. You just got life, especially got kids. Jesus.
So as celebrities, do you think that's like
Same.
multiplied
Yeah, I'm
because
sure
they're celebrities?
they're flying here, there, and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
also added to that, I think the average person always has the opportunity to cheat, but it's a choice. Because there's always people attracted to you. There's always people in your face and talking to you. And one, like you said, Jackie, they see you at church and they want to DM you and all this stuff. So you think about with celebrities, all the people who want something from them. So as average people, you don't want nothing from me but some ass.
Mm-hmm.
But as a celebrity, I have money, I have status, I have connections. You want all of that, so you're willing to do anything. So it's like people are throwing temptation at you. So that connection and not wanting your sex life or your romantic life or your intimate life to be boring is even that much more important, especially for a Will and Jada. And like you said, Jackie, I think people just took that completely wrong because they just want to attack Jada. And I'm like, you guys are missing the point. You guys are missing the point. Not
That's the point.
these Instagram love stories. This is fake. This is fake. You can't tell me that. Who is it? Who's dating Moneybag Yo? Ari Fletch? Is it Ari Fletch? Is that her name? Ari.
Ari?
Yeah, she got married by another dude. You can't, and she's beautiful. He's not, but you can't tell me that their sex life is like porn style every time. Like that doesn't make sense.
No, not at all.
And it's unrealistic. I think people have this this idea that, especially in this media age, that people have sex and it's always awesome and it's always like Mr. Marcus or something like. No,
Mr. Marcus had bad days.
Mr. Marcus had a whole bunch of bad days. He had some serious bad days. So yeah, I just think that, we just kind of get caught up in this Instagram, TikTok life that, you have porn star sex and it's always going to be, a 10 out of 10. You'd be like, nah, just no.
I'm gonna give you this good old 6. If I'm tired, you go get this 6. And you better go lay down and go sleep.
You want it or not?
What's your choice today? You want 6 or the 0? I'm offering you a 6. I'm tired as hell. But I'm gonna do this. Okay?
Oh God.
Don't ask me to do no kind of acrobatics. None of that. I'm laying. This show to get what you need. I would do that and have done that. Go and get what you need, baby. I'm finna go. I'm going.
You're killing me. You're
Just
killing
like
me.
Get what you need. I'm tired.
I got 6. I got 15. I got 15 minutes. That's all I got. After that, I'm tapping you.
Better get and I will start, baby. 1 by 10. You ain't did that. You ain't did that yet. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I missed it because my internet was effing.
Oh my God. You have to see the replay. It's hilarious. No, basically we're talking about like not having porn star quality sex all the time.
Who does? Except porn stars.
And they're not even doing that shit's scripted. They got takes and stuff. They don't get it right always on the phone.
Right, they do.
And they don't even at a certain point, it's a chore for them because it's really a job. Like, can you get it?
Yeah.
Because
baby.
Take. Oh my God. Oh my
An
God.
appointment.
Yeah, I think
I will cancel, baby. I give you baby. I later but won't do nothing.
Why you ain't gonna do nothing?
Because some days the best they can get out of me is a 6. Don't expect no 10. Don't expect no 10 out of me every day. And I'm basing 5 on it on good 4 of it on good genes. The other 2 is me putting in effort. That's all I got for you today. I'm tired. When I've worked, when I've
try my best. I've
done a 5 client day, worked regularly, then babysit all that, and like the other day, when I have like really busy, there's no way I can possibly give you a 10, baby. I barely can walk. You want me to give you a 10? I can't do that. I'm gonna give you this good 4 that the good Lord embraced me with.
You can barely
you
walk.
Just got to meet me.
10.
Just meet me together. Huh?
Let's say if you can barely walk, he putting in a 10.
Who? No. Oh, I'll later.
Beforehand.
Oh, I never said they're 10. Yeah, they can do whatever 10 they want to.
I can't do that. I can't just lay there. And I'm sick and shut in.
I can trust me. I can get it laying there because she's quite powerful. I'm gonna get it. I promise you. Just do you. You don't want to put in work. I don't. I'm going to go ahead and get this.
No, you can't be lazy. You cannot do that.
Baby, it gets done.
Jackie said
done. It doesn't cause problems because it gets done.
That Lil Ma is quite powerful.
Quite powerful. I'm impressed by her.
So you saying that you don't even have to move because it's just.
No, I said the days that I have a 6, don't expect me to be sending her Meg the Stallion Mega needs. Don't expect that. That's not happening.
Yeah. Well, I have documented illnesses. And
don't expect me. I'm not for the Mega need nothing. I'm for you.
Even when I was at my worst, I could put my legs up.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't need. He can do that. He got to do that. He know how to put him up there, do his thing. I don't need. Why I need to hold him? That's what his shoulder there for. What you gonna hold it? I'm not holding nothing.
Oh, I wasn't holding it.
Yeah. See, that's your six. See?
Especially if you were a big girl and you got heavy legs. You're professional and
When no, he's the professional. Once he makes a decision to go beyond the average and just go ahead and tiptoe to the side of the BBW side, you already know what you signed up for, which means that you've already been on this ride before. So I don't have to teach you nothing because you already know how to walk. So I don't have to teach you nothing. You was tall enough to get on when it first opened. So I'm not going to do that, baby. Those are my tired days. I can't
You met the ride requirements when you stepped up the stairs.
When you stepped up the stairs. So if you didn't, you would have known.
The thing is that Jackie is just gonna sit. You just gonna be sitting on the ride because Jackie ain't about to turn that thing on.
What do you do when you get on the ride? You just sit there. The
No,
ride is what brings in the ride is the joy, baby. You wouldn't mind what you. That's the joy of the ride. You
Jackie
just get in there, baby.
Sitting,
just buckle up.
The swing that goes all up. Jackie got him sitting in the old floppy swing and ain't turned the ride on.
Baby, what you gotta do? That's what you do on the ride. You sit there.
So he got to kick his own legs to get the whole contraption going.
She said the motor that's running the ride.
That's the job. When you get on the ride, even in that swing, baby, it lifts you up. Remember, it spins you around. You don't do that. You sit there, enjoy it.
No,
you be happy.
No. So, Brand, you
like,
you sit there.
Look at me in the air, you be up there having a great old time. You ain't doing that. You ain't up there holding the thing, talking about something. You ain't making yourself spin. It's doing it for you. Those are your 6 days. On that 7th day, then that's the day that, then I have to go put in the work. I got to be the machine operator. I got to make things happen, make it go a little faster, make it go a little slower. Maybe I'm going to do a trick today. Maybe I'm going to take it back. I don't know.
What if it's out of 6?
To be with somebody just laying there, though.
Huh?
What guy wants to be with somebody just laying there?
Oh, wow.
I don't have a problem. In that area, never has. On them days of my 6, you're gonna get that 6.
That wouldn't work over here.
Well, you don't hump women either.
Huh?
You don't hump women, but if you did, you still come to this 6. I promise you that. I promise you, Brandon, you'll come to this 6. It's not as bad as you think.
Basically, what Jackie is saying, her 6 is better than somebody else's 10.
Could be.
Oh, I ain't got no 6.
No, not you. Freddie.
Mine's platinum.
What are we talking about?
She be
what are you talking about?
She's not listening. She's not listening. She'll catch it on the replay.
Yeah, when she replays, she's not feeling very well. You got it.
So Jada said that's why they need to communicate and talk. Sometimes you got to understand you're gonna get to 6, but sometimes if I'm well rested and the timing is right, and you might get to 10.
I'm pretty sure their life is a lot more.
I average out at about 8, 9, but there are days where a 6 will come and play. I mean, that's just the way it is.
I'm pretty sure their life is more busy than ours is.
I think it's relative. It's kind of like having money and bills. Like you have money, you have bills, Jackie has bills, I have bills. When you're rich, you still have bills. It's just how many bills do you have? So it's relative to what you have. So yeah, their life is busy, but so is yours, so is mine, so is Jackie's. So it's relative to who you are. So it's not like a clear comparison, like, oh, she's more busy because she's a celebrity. She has a lot going on, but so do I for what I have.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they spend long times away from long
periods
of time away from each other.
Yeah. Which, I think that like with high powered couples who have like high powered careers, they probably don't see each other a lot.
It could be the same thing with a truck driver.
Right. The distance. And the longer you're away from someone, like Jackie said, the less sexual connection you have with them because you're not close. Like you could talk to each other and you could do the whole phone sex thing and all that, but you're not there, and you don't have a chance to unwind with that person and get to the moment. So if we're always busy and kind of passing each other at the breakfast table and all that, then
and then this is where the six
we're not
comes in
thinking
play.
about sex.
This is where the six comes in play because that truck driver is tired as hell. Jermaine used to be, my husband used to be a truck driver, and they are tired. But when who I am, and say you don't drive trucks. So when your baby come home at night, you ain't seen him for a month, you ready to do something. You excited, you're happy. But he's tired. And he's not gonna give you 100% because he is dead tired. That's the six. That's the six. I mean, but you want the moment still. So you just go ahead and be like, this is what I can offer you right now. You know, maybe tomorrow or the day after, I can definitely give you what you want. But as of right now, I'm tired, but I know you need me. So I'm going to go ahead and do this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's the red table talk.
With Brandy.
Yeah. Brandy's trying to blow it up, knock it out the park all the time.
But she getting the honey. It's a platinum card.
With the platinum card. It is never.
I mean, you got to be knocked out the park, but I can't just lay there.
Just lift your leg one time. Lift your leg and turn to the side.
That's side position.
Ooh.
I never said I was a zero, Brandy. You trying to put me at a zero. I said a 6, not a 0. A 0 just lays there. A 6, I will put a leg up. You can put the leg up. It's a 6. Hell, I'm not. You gonna make me at a 0? This is in the World Wide Web on Beyonce's internet.
She messes around on Beyonce and Al Gore's internet, telling people that
telling people I'm a 0. No, it's a 6. It's a 6.
No, okay, because you saying like you was just laying there, and I was like, you can't do that.
Lay on my back? Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can lay on your back, but you can't just be laying on your back and then watching Golden Girls out the side of your eye or something.
I mean, hell, I do that at
the TV distracts me. I've known them.
What did happen?
No.
Well, if you're gonna do it, make sure he don't know you doing it.
They eyes closed.
I'm talking. Like,
oh yeah, over there. Yeah, don't even know.
We're gonna have to push rewind.
Soon as it's over, let me hear you. What was it? What just happened? I remember that tree. Let me go and rewind to that tree. So I've done that.
Y'all. We probably going. Somebody mad right now. Somebody who's about to watch this show.
Be mad.
Gonna be mad. You guys didn't talk about crime. You guys always talk about other stuff, and that's what. But it's okay. It's okay. It belongs to us, so we do what we want. Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 60.
Did Brandy get cut off? Was she going to say something?
I'm here.
She got home.
I thought she had said something and it cut off.
No, I got cut off before, but then I got back.
Yeah, she's good. So this was episode 60, y'all. We, kind of play catch up on some current stories. We'll be back next week with episode 61.
60? What?
60.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we're coming right along. So we will join you guys next week. Thank you guys for being here. What are we supposed to say? Be blessed and enjoy the second cup, something like that.
There's something before that,
but big crimes. Enjoy the second cup.
Yeah, that part. Because we don't ever end this show the way we're supposed to.
Or black coffee and crime. Don't be a 0 and drink your second cup.
Really, Brown? Really?
You can't be a 0, Brown. That's horrible.
First of all, 0 is non-existent. Like the 0 is just, it doesn't even exist.
You just lay there, basically.
That's Lisa too.
What's a 0?
Your finger.
You know what?
A 0 is your finger?
No, I said you just lay there like you're just a dead body.
Yeah, that's a
A
dead
zero
body.
is a dead body, Brandy. A zero
I
is
know,
a dead
but
body, like
there's some
literally at the
people.
morgue.
There's some people whose dead body in it.
That's a dead body.
Even if you do, you have to be warm at some point. So it's not a zero. If you exist on this plane, you have to be at least a 2. Even if you're just laying there, you're a 2. If you don't move, you're a 2. If
There's
you
some housewives around here that's dead body in it.
do they want to have sex, or they just don't want to have sex with him?
Don't want to have
They
sex.
want to have it, period.
Yeah, period.
That's still a 2 because you participated. Everybody gets a star.
So they get a star for participation.
Yes,
Why? Because it's warm and not cold.
exactly. So you get a 2, you get a green star. You get a
Because
green
it's
star.
blood flowing through it.
You remember how in grade school, you remember how you used to get like the gold star, the silver star, the bronze one, and like a red one and a green one. So they're green star in it. They get a green one. They get a green
If
one.
you're just laying there, that
Brandy
ain't.
don't know nothing about green stars. She get gold stars, Brandy.
I'm
Gold
gold
star.
star.
Go
Even when I'm
Brandy. Go Brandy.
She getting gold stars every time. She
I got a
that-
yellow.
She getting that she gets the in her folder, she getting that green card and it says good job.
Yeah, I got a yellow last week.
Yellow card.
shoot,
He can't always be green.
Still another month.
Did you say you was student? What?
That's what she did. Yeah, you're still another month, but you didn't have book fair money, so it doesn't count.
Don't bring that up.
If you didn't have book fair money, it doesn't count. So
You didn't have book for money.
I had to do what I had to do.
you didn't have book fair money, Jackie?
What the hell? It's book for money. What portion is that?
You guys didn't have book fairs?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, did you have book fair money?
No.
You know they give you that paper ahead of time, like a week.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can
Ella
mark
May,
it's kind of like
my mother.
it's
She
kind of
let us
like
go-
a Neiman
got the
Marcus
cheap
shop.
Get you a couple pencils, get you a couple of the cheap books. Get you one of them posters they used to sell, you know.
And those erasers that were at the counter, like a
Yeah.